This is Data Analytics for Accounting, Lab 7.2, using generative AI to create a balanced scorecard dashboard. In this lab, you're going to use a dataset that is similar to the Slainte dataset in order to transform the data and compare the data to benchmark values and create some visualizations for KPIs, or key performance indicators. We'll begin by trying to understand what key performance indicators from the balanced scorecard can be used to analyze sales data. So our first prompt is just trying to understand that. This is going to give us some background on the balanced scorecard. We're going to look at some key KPIs for financial, customer perspective, internal process, and learning and growth. And help to look at this data. Now we're going to attach our data. We have our Lab 7.2 GenAI dataset. This is an Excel file. And we'll begin by trying to understand or master the data. So let's begin by just describing the dataset. Here we've got some sales order ID and quantity and product code. There are multiple tabs that we're working with. So you can see your sales order lines versus employee listings versus customers. So this may take a moment to load. All right, so here we have our tables and key fields with descriptions similar to what we'd see in a data dictionary. Here we have sales, transactions, employee listings, customer master listing, and finished goods. It shows the relationship using primary keys and foreign keys. So we have a little bit of a star schema diagram, and it will tell us what we can do to analyze specific KPIs or derive specific KPIs from the data. For our third prompt, before we do this analysis, we have to set some benchmarks. So we're going to define our KPI targets. We have return on sales of 13%, delivery days are 7, top salespeople 1, average revenue $2,000. We'll just set those as our targets. It's going to put those in as metrics. So it'll show you again how it derived these, looking at the equations for each of these different KPIs. And now we want to start analyzing this. So our fourth prompt, we are going to create a clustered column chart called finance. It's going to look at the return on sales in descending order. So we're going to ask it to generate a clustered column chart for me called finance that lists all the products and the returns in descending order. Here you can see that it's generating this using Python code. It has to read those Excel files, combine them all together, and then generate the output. It'll take just a moment. So now we can see the different products. This dashed line represents our benchmark, and we can see the ones above the benchmark are colored blue, and the ones below are colored orange. The pale ale is the one that is least profitable of the business. Also gives us a summary of all of this data. Now we're going to go on to process. We're going to create a simple visualization, bar chart called process, showing average delivery time by days, in days by state, in descending order. With luck, ChatGPT will generate this for us. If it doesn't, and it just tells us how to do it in Excel or Power BI, come back and rephrase your prompt to nudge it into the right direction. So now we have different states showing those above the threshold and below the threshold. In this case, the smaller bars are better because we are delivering them sooner. And the blue bars here are our worse options because they're taking much longer than our expected average shipping time. Those are the ones that we need improvement. Now let's go ahead and look at our salespeople. So prompt 6, we're going to create a bar chart called Growth Top Salesperson, showing the employee names and total revenue in descending order, highlighting the top salesperson. All right, so now we can see total revenue by our top salespeople going down. So that's Jonathan at the top. And we can see a table breakdown of the data as well. For our last KPI dimension, we're going to look at customers. So this is prompt 7. Create a scatter chart called customer, showing average revenue by average quantity sold by customer. And now we have a customer scatter plot. So we can see these are our best customers up at the top, the ones that buy a lot multiple times, all the way down to our customers that only buy once in small purchases. Again, with a description. These are the customers that we like best and the ones that we could potentially get to buy more. Now that we've created these, we want to create a management report to communicate those results, summarizing the KPIs, highlighting areas of concern along with areas or recommendations for improvement. So here were the benchmarks that we had for the last month. From a financial perspective, these are the products that are doing great. Most of them are exceeding our target. Pale ale, of course, is not. Along with recommendations. It'll do this for each of the 4 dimensions. Jonathan was our top performer. Customer perspectives. And so forth. Now that you've completed these steps, go back and take screenshots of your different prompts and outputs, and then use follow-up prompts to answer the objective and analysis questions in the lab.